Pumas unidentified.
Today's video. Hello again and welcome back to the channel. I must say, after spending so much time sifting through case files, I generally find myself becoming desensitized to mysteries involving true crime.
How you support two teams? I just like Puma jersey. Type shit. Let me see their kits. I think I know which ones you're talking about. Yeah. It's really just a Puma. Puma DHL. Their kits are calm. This is a concept kit. Some of these are nice. But it's nice the colors. Yeah, the colors are nice.
However, every now and again, I must admit, one topic will follow me for months on end, and I think we all have that one individual case that we just want so desperately solved. And there hasn't been much coverage of this particular topic, so I thought I would do a video on it. This one definitely gets the mind going, so let me begin to tell you all about Canada's most mysterious maximum security prisoner. And the story all begins on October 28th, 2012 in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, when a man had arrived from a flight from Cuba bearing...
I think I started liking them because they were going against America, which my dad's words. Why? Bro, how you gonna like how you gonna like a team because they were going up against your dad's team? You gonna like the ops? You gonna support the fucking opposition team? For a good minute now, I thought I got robbed while I was asleep. I don't know if I was legit, bro. Nah, your ass is a hater. Yo ass was a hater. America has some nice kids.
A French passport. He claimed it was not his first visit to Canada, and he said he had originally come 6 months earlier and had left a week before for his friend's sister's funeral wake. As this would turn out, this was a lie. He said he had bearing a French Quebec, Canada. When a man had arrived from a flight from Cuba bearing a French passport, he claimed it was not his first visit to Canada, and he said he had originally come 6 months earlier and had left a week before for his friend's sister's funeral wake. When a man had arrived from a flight from Cuba...
No, we're talking about a Liga MX team. It's not like I'm not talking about the American national team. I'm talking about a team in the Mexican league.
Bearing a French passport. He claimed it on October 28th, 2012 in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, when a man had arrived from a flight from Cuba bearing a French passport. He claimed it was not his first visit to Canada, and he said he had originally come 6 months earlier and had left a week before for his friend's sister's funeral wake. As this would turn out, this was a lie. He was still given a 10-day visitor visa, and when he went to a Days Inn where he had a reservation, he also had $3,000 in his bank account and a return ticket. However, he would never actually end up leaving the country, and 6 months...
Would never leave the country? Damn. People would just do that. I feel like people do that. I think people do that often. I would have went this year, but so I'd be a pain to catch up. Damn. Not really want to do too. Keep talking about he's one of my friend's ops. He's one of your friend's ops. Are you for real?
Later, he would be arrested for a completely unbelievable scam. And when he was arrested...
What's good? What's good? Bittersweet.
He would never actually end up leaving the country. And 6 months later, he would be arrested for a completely unbelievable scam. And when he was arrested, he would go by the name Herman Emmanuel Fankum. And the scam that he ended up getting arrested for was known as a black money or wash scam. Fankum and 4 other
Yeah, no, you're not getting, bro. What are you talking about? He looks like a Herman.
known Emmanuel Fankum. And the scam that he ended up getting arrested for was known as a black money or wash scam. Fankum and 4 other co-conspirators who are yet to be identified responded to a Toronto real estate ad claiming that they had money coming in from South Africa that they would use.
I don't know if I have a team that I support for real. Pick Chivas. Pick Chivas. What do you guys think that I pick? I don't know who in here watches Liga MX, but to those of you who do.
Used to pay for a property. However, the money was coated in a special black coating to disguise it so they could get it out of the country. And in order to remove the coating, they needed a certain expensive chemical. And in order to convince the wary buyer, they even demonstrated how the chemical would work. And after they demonstrated the process to the man, he was told that he needed to put money down for this special chemical in order for him to receive.
What is the chemical for? One Piece is really the best. It's just a reminder.
He was told that he needed to put money down for this special chemical in order for him to receive a cut of the cash that would be coming in. And unfortunately for him, the black money turned out to be fake, and he had been out about $450,000 by the time he figured it out. Officers arrested Fankum at a hotel where he was staying under another name. He did not have his passport with him. Once the police had realized that he was a visitor of Canada and his visa had expired, they had called Canada Border Services agent.
Oh, he got caught. What? Bro, he got caught because black money? He was trying to sell black money?
Agency, or the CBSA. The CBSA stayed his criminal charges in order to expedite his removal from Canada, but there was a problem. Herman Emmanuel Fankum was not who he claimed to be. In fact, officials could not figure out who he really was. And since this is a mystery video, you probably know where this is going. At first, he was cooperative, but once his identity was brought into question, he became defiant. At one immigration detention review hearing, he told the adjudicator to go to hell when all she had done was simply ask for confirmation that she was speaking to the right person.
Oh.
And over the course of
Are you naming your son Herman?
years,
Hell
he's
no.
refused
Fuck, I let name of my son Herman.
to attend 51 detention review hearings. He's told
that wine dude has like 2 people who hate him. Yeah, no, you're not getting, bro. What are you talking about? My children are probably gonna have Arab names. Like what?
people to go fuck themselves. He's claimed that he's been kidnapped, and the situation has spiraled so far out of control that the judge stated, "This court's impression is that the unknown person considers himself to be a director of a play, and Canadian authorities are but actors subject to his direction. Because he can't be deported to his home country, he's somewhat caught in a legal loophole." I will note, throughout all of the 51 detention review hearings, he demanded to speak with French diplomats because he claimed to be French working in England. And when given the opportunity to meet with them, he still refused to go twice. And the extent of this person's
How you
defiance
gonna ask to meet people and then refuse to meet them?
has gone as far as where he will not allow people to take pictures of him and has fought off giving any kind of fingerprint. And that seems to make sense, as it's very hard to find any other phone.
They need to just drug this nigga. I'm not gonna lie, they need to drug this nigga and then take his fingerprints. In GTA though, of course. Of course.
Photos of him online, and there doesn't appear to be any video footage of him either. Getting back to him being French, a later tip from Interpol informed authorities that he had previously faked a birth certificate to gain various travel and identity documents in Paris. On top of that, there was no one named Herman Emmanuel Fankum in
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm already knowing this a African ass nigga, bro. They're not gonna find his name. His name probably confusing as shit. It got 700 different syllables, 600 different fucking letters. Like, bro, 730 different letters. My fault. Like, bro, his name probably a sentence and a half long. Bro, his name is damn near a fucking essay on its own. I know this nigga named long as a bitch. I know he African as hell. Nigga got a fake birth certificate in France to get fake travel documents. So they traced him back to France just for him to have faked shit over there too. They're not finding him. They're not finding his name. They're not gonna find any of that. He is from a country in Africa. And that's it, bro. That's it. That's all I can give you. What country it is, I don't fucking know. Wait, what did he do? Well, he didn't really do anything crazy. He just like had like he just basically tried to scam someone. So they tried to deport him. And then when they like took him and they tried to interrogate him, like, yo, where you like what's your name and shit? He was like, oh, at first he was cooperative, and then he started being a dickhead. Like the lady just I think they had bought a translator in or something, and she had asked him, am I talking to the right person? And then she said and then he told her to fuck off. So it's really just a whole bunch of bullshit. The only so it's just and now they can't deport him because they don't know what his home country is. So I guess he's just sitting in maximum security prison.
In the French registry. French authorities stated that they did not believe he had a criminal record in France and that they believed he was.
I'm not gonna lie, on my life, I was gonna say he was from Cameroon. On my life, I was. I don't know what gave me that fucking feeling, but I was gonna say the same thing. He probably from Cameroon.
From Cameroon, but where this gets incredibly interesting is when France busted a forgery ring.
Like this really Nate uncle. This that ass Nate uncle. Where this nigga Nate at? He probably knows him. Cameroon and then
in 2009, where after an extensive investigation into this ring, one person had actually admitted to creating a forgery by the name of Ermin Emmanuel Fankum. Apparently, whoever had the passport at that time was arrested attempting to board a flight to Canada of all places, and for some reason he was released. I couldn't find any press on this forgery ring bust in 2009 outside of this article.
So they caught him. So they caught him earlier. Interesting.
However, I did find one in 2008, but this does seem to be a bit contradictory. You'd think that the person who was caught using a fake passport would at least have the thing confiscated from them. An investigator from Cameroon told the CBSA that they believed Fankum had used.
This probably the motherfucker who got recruited by Chelsea. Why Chelsea doing so bad?
A clothing vendor there who had moved to Britain, and even showed a picture of the man in the area where he had supposedly lived. In Britain, police turned up a positive fingerprint match between Fankum and another identity, Buon Emmanuel Fabile.
This is dead ass Nate uncle, bro. Cameroonian French nigga, bro. Like, there's only one.
A citizen of Cameroon. And as if the situation couldn't get more convoluted, it also matched the identity of 3 other men, one from Cameroon, one from Haiti, and one of unknown origin.
God damn, this nigga just from, bro, Cameroon, Haiti, Britain, France. What the fuck?
The person had also been arrested in England twice, and had stayed in prison under 2 different names. And might I add, both charges were for fraudulent documents. And while it does not disclose the full details, it does say that he also appeared in a German database, which potentially means
Germany
that he
too?
spent some time there too.
Yo.
This whole situation is completely ridiculous, and we're no closer to getting his true identity.
Cuba, Haiti, Montreal, London, Paris, Germany, Cameroon. What the fuck?
And despite all of these resources going into finding who this man is, it is still truly unknown. Naturally, you have to ask, who the hell is this guy? No connection to family, financial investment, or anything alike. This person seems to be a nomadic serial fraudster, and while he remains in prison, he continues to refuse to cooperate, leaving himself in a legal limbo. He is simply known.
Or is it D1 criminal? He didn't even, the thing is, bro, he didn't even do nothing like crazy. I don't know why he's refusing to cooperate with the police. You didn't even do anything that bad, bro. Cooperate, get your time. Like, bro, all that's gonna happen is you're gonna get deported. He'd rather be in Canadian prison than get deported back to his home country.
This person seems to be a guy, no connection to family, financial investment, or anything alike. This person seems to be a nomadic serial fraudster, and while he remains in prison, he continues to refuse to cooperate, leaving himself in a legal limbo. He is simply known as the unknown person, and this naturally begs a ton of questions, with the largest being, how did this person get into these circumstances where their preferred alternative is staying in a maximum security prison?
That's what I'm saying. What the fuck is his life back home where his preferred like option is to stay in maximum security prison in Canada as an unidentified person?
And it's gotten to the point that in June of 2018, an IRB adjudicator had ordered the man to be released because they were simply so fed up with the situation. And
so they just released him?
while that was denied and he still remains
Oh shit, never mind. He's still in prison.
jail, it leaves us to speculate heavily, especially when in 2019, the details of this hearing and this case have been made private. And to quote another National Post article, it would write, "The mystery of the unknown person may never be publicly solved after the Immigration and Refugee Board made hearings on the case private as an accommodation to his legal counsel's concern the unidentified imprisoned man may disclose information that would be harmful to his own case." And to quote further, his case is being heard by Immigration Division of Immigration and Refugee.
Ah. Bro, it smell too good. With a name like T, you gotta either be black or an obese white woman. I don't make the rules, although I made this one up.
Board, the IRB, where hearings must by law be open to the public, similar to court trials, except under exceptional circumstances. This whole situation is so incredibly bizarre, and while the reasoning cited is not to create any additional distress to the man's mental health and not have any media coverage on the situation, it really leaves everything wide open for interpretation. We do know that he's involved with some ring of fraud, that's for sure. However, the bizarre series of arrests with little to no background info makes this person a walking ghost. One of the main theories that has been circulating around is that he's some sort of spy. However, one major counterpoint to this is that spies probably wouldn't...
Rhonda, the real obese name. He has a Hispanic thing. What do you think of those two? It takes force when I have a big belly to say her own name. Rhonda.
Is that he's some sort of spy. However, one major counterpoint to this is that spies probably wouldn't be involved in this kind of fraud, and the fact that they targeted someone from a Craigslist ad seems even more off character. However, I have to question, how was he able to get that passport back in the first place when he was arrested back in France, and the other 2 times he was arrested in England? And this definitely does make sense. However, the connection to Cameroon, if he is actually from there, might make it a lot easier for someone like this to go under the radar. Many people look for any opportunity to get out of a developing country and look for greener pastures. But on the other hand...
Yeah, but really, like, your greener pastures is sitting rotting in Canadian maximum security prison.
And here, this doesn't explain why this person was traveling around and around and around. While I like to generally lean on some conclusive theory at the end of these videos, I really don't know in this case. However, I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about this. This is Barely Sociable. Have a good night.